Being abused in any way as a child can have negative effects on you for the rest of your life. It can affect you mentally and emotionally every day. It can make you quiet and introverted and guarded all the time. It can make relationships and friendships hard due to a lack of trust in others and low self-esteem. It makes being social in group settings hard because you are afraid and full of anxiety, afraid of being ridiculed or looked down on for voicing your opinions or thoughts. Later, as a parent, it makes you extremely overprotective and cautious of the people your children are around when you are not with them. I was that child. I was abused in many ways and by people that I was supposed to trust. When I was 7, my father went to prison. My mother got into trouble as well, but she only got probation. She violated it and moved us to Massachusetts. She was arrested, and my brother and I were placed into a foster home. That is where it all started. The first time it happened, I was doing chores. I was going through the house collecting dirty dishes. James, my foster brother, was laying in his sister's bed watching TV while she was at work. I went in to collect the dirty dishes, and on my way out, James stopped me.
Hey Tessa, hold up a minute.
I remember standing there, next to the bed, as he looked me up and down, waiting for him to speak.
Has anyone ever touched you here?
He asked, while touching my bosom over my clothes.
No.
I responded, a little scared and confused. I was only 7 and still flat-chested, but I guess he didn't care about that because he touched me there anyway.
Don't tell. It'll be our little secret.
But it didn't stop there. He would force me to come to his room in the middle of the night while the rest of the house was asleep. I had to snuggle up against his naked body, and he would touch me inappropriately as he grinded his hardness against me to get himself off. It made me feel so dirty, but I was afraid to tell anyone. He was in his 20s and a little on the heavy side, and I didn't think my foster mother would believe me, a child, over her own grown son. 8 years later, when I was 15, I finally told my mom what James had did to me. She didn't believe me. I always think about how many other children have been abused by him, and if I had spoken up back then and told someone, would it have saved anyone else? Would they even have believed me? My mother regained custody when I was 9 years old. She went through many boyfriends over the years. Most of them were abusive in one way or another. I was abused physically, emotionally, and verbally for years. Over and over, day and night. Older guys, younger guys, guys who were nice at first, until I was alone with them. As I got older, I learned to shield my younger brother from the worst of it. I'm grown now. I have a 12-year-old son and a 9-year-old daughter. I worry often that something will happen to them. I never want them to ever go through what I did as a child. I'm very overprotective of them and cautious of who I let around them. I strive every day to give them a better childhood and life than I had growing up. I am an abuse survivor. I have OCD and PTSD. I have anxiety and depression. I have social anxiety and I'm awkward in social situations. I have a general dislike and mistrust of people. I'm bipolar. I'm overprotective of those I do love and care for. These are the effects of being abused as a child, and they affect you for the rest of your life.